This video that we're about to watch is truly heartbreaking. Honestly, the very next video that we're about to watch after this is heartbreaking. Donald Trump is making good on his promise by pardoning the J6ers, which obviously leaves the left in an uproar. And this mom is here to pick up her 16-year-old son. She hadn't seen him in a while for obvious reasons. I'll read what the caption alongside this video says. Watch this touching reunion between the mother and her 16-year-old son. President Trump is great. God is greater. Every single J6 hostage slash political prisoner should be paid millions in restitution for all the hardship and heartache it has caused them and their families. Tucker Carlson also is going to reveal what really took place on January 6th, which could have been the reason why he no longer works for Fox. But anyhow, let's dive into this.
First of all, get over there and see your son. It sure as hell is. Go get him.
Is that my son? My son? Oh my God! Oh my God! My baby! Oh my God!
What's up, buddy? How you doing, brother? Oh, welcome to the world, man. We're gonna get you out of here.
Oh God!
There we go. Hell of a day. You have no idea how many people out there want to see you guys right now. Nah, he ain't having that. He ain't having that. You have no idea what's going on right now.
That's for sure.
What's up, brother? Dude, you're famous right now.
Yeah.
You are fucking famous. Yes, you are. Get ready for this. You have no idea what's popping right now. You have no idea what kind of day we've had.
Nice.
Say hi to the world.
Hello, world.
How long you been down?
2 years, 1 month, and 4 days.
You're free.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Amazing. I mean, it's still.
What do you want to say to the world?
Let's get out of here before I get trespassed.
Prison sucks.
She said, I heard the mom, she said, let's get out of here before she get trespassed. Wow. As a parent, watching this video just makes me, I'm going to tell you guys to do the same. Go hug your babies. Go hug your family. It shouldn't take for them to be away for an extended period of time for us to share hugs and love in between each other like that. And I'm not insinuating that that family doesn't do that at all. I'm just saying this is a video that serves as a reminder that we need to appreciate our loved ones. But anyhow, these people are famous right now because they've been put through something. I feel like the consequences for them just being there is just way too lengthy. These people, the select committee, was super dramatic in how they handled this, and the left knows exactly what they're doing in terms of maintaining and controlling the rhetoric, or at least around the time that it was happening. Now, I want to move on to this other heartbreaking video where this Purple Heart recipient actually got pardoned by Trump. But what they did, man, they need to pay for it for sure. They need to pay for it. I'll turn the volume up on this one.
It's been 4 years. And 4 years of fighting, 4 years of struggling, and I'm finally free. I don't even have the words to thank President Trump for what he's done for us. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Praise God. First and foremost, all the praise and glory goes to
All praise and glory go to God is what he was getting ready to say. I only stopped it because I didn't want the TikTok boom right at the end of the video to hurt your ears, anything like that. But we're gonna go straight to the comments for this one. Carol says she agrees. Liza says remove their security clearances and remove them from office. That's not gonna happen. The only consequence that we can have is them being embarrassed by having to admit the truth and to admit that they were a part of the Democrats' plan to create the narrative that's ultimately being shopped around, being marketed to the American people and believed by so many. I cannot agree more. Their pardon needs to be tested in the courts. If it is maintained, they need to have their security clearance pulled and be removed from Congress. Being removed from Congress is the justice that I want to see served if we can't get them arrested. I mean, something has to happen. We always talk about accountability and trying to get these people to be held accountable, but we may have found a way to. This guy right here, Rep. William Timmons, says pardon J6 select committee members should expect a subpoena soon. Ooh. Buckle up because, quote, buckle up because we're going to get to the bottom of the nonsense. Select committee for January 6th. And he also says they embellish, they lie, and we're going to show them exactly what happened. Okay, Tim serves on the House Oversight Committee. Hear what he offers.
Buckle up, because we're going to get to the bottom of what the nonsense select committee for January 6th. There's a reason that everybody on that committee was pardoned.
Of course.
It's because they were not telling the truth. They were lying to the American people. Look, we all know that what happened on January 6th 4 years ago was bad. It was awful. A number of people assaulted law enforcement. That's unacceptable. But the narrative that the Democrats have had for the last 4 years is not true. It's false. They embellish, they lie, and we're going to show them exactly what happened. We're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to find out why President Biden pardoned all of the members of the January 6th committee. And guess what? Because they're pardoned, they don't have an excuse not to come in and testify before us. So we're going to get to the bottom of this, particularly the members that are no longer in office. Expect a subpoena soon. Buckle up.
So you got some that aren't in office. But that's true. Why would you need a pardon if you didn't do anything wrong? We just gonna use common sense mathematics. If you did nothing wrong, you need no pardon. Pardons are for people who done did something that they can't come back from without it. Okay. So what did y'all do? Oh, we know. Y'all helped to cement and be a part of this lie centered around January 6th. For people who were just standing there. Now, don't get it twisted. That was some wrong. There was definitely some situations there that shouldn't have took place. And you had some lives that were lost. And yeah, all that is extremely unfortunate. And I'm not trying to gloss over that in no kind of way. However, the rhetoric that legacy media is choosing to run with is just completely false. And it only incites more threats to democracy. It says right here, the lie they cheat. What is this? A Democrats' mouths is moving, they're lying. Got this sweet video from Rondo account. They used to post banger content there. Well, I bet they cheat, they lie. Okay, well, this is not the point of the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on real quick. Y'all know we doing this without editing, so there's that. I'm gonna move to this screen right here for this next video, because we about to watch Tucker Carlson actually break down what took place.
What did these people?
Says President Trump was right to pardon J6. I'm sorry, the guy who posted this. Kane Koa says President Trump was right to pardon the J6 protesters. They were politically targeted, denied due process. I'm sorry, I'm reading completely messed up this whole video. It's all good though. Held in pretrial detention, given excessive sentences, and deprived of access to evidence. Wow. Jacob Chansley, for example, spent 317 days in solitary confinement awaiting trial before being pressured into accepting a plea deal. What? He was then sentenced to 41 months in prison for peacefully entering the Capitol through an open door. And let's just play this.
What did these people look like? Well, one of them was Jacob Chansley. We played you a video of him several weeks ago. They told you he was a terrorist. Here's what he was actually doing inside the Capitol. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate.
I would just love to see CNN. I would just love to see them post that one part. Just this one part right here. Just, man.
Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us into the building.
So that's what Jacob Chansley actually did. There were people on January 6th who committed violence. They have been arrested. Jacob Chansley did not commit violence. By the way, he was arrested. He's spending 4 years in prison. 1,000 people have already been arrested for that. And most of them did what Jacob Chansley did. They walked through what we used to call the people's house. And some of them are still in prison tonight. So you assumed that ugly story was over, at least the law enforcement component of it. But no, it's not over. It's just getting started. The Biden administration has identified 1,000 additional Trump voters for non-crimes that they claim took place on January 6th, mostly walking, as Jacob Chansley did. In recent months, according to a story in the Washington Post, U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves, a willing tool of the Biden administration, has written to court officials, quote, alerting them that an additional 700 to 1,200 people may be charged stemming from January 6th. How many is that? Well, this will constitute the largest investigation in the history of the Department of Justice by an order of magnitude. This dragnet is so vast that prosecutors are warning D.C. jails and prisons will be overrun with prisoners. Prisoners you can, at this point, only describe as political prisoners. The Washington Post reports that, quote, in recent months, law enforcement and judicial authorities have engaged in discussions to manage this huge volume of January 6th cases without overwhelming the courthouse where pleas and trials are held. This is depraved and it's malicious. Keep in mind, it was just 2 weeks ago that—
And just to add this fun fact, not fun whatsoever. It's been reported that about half of the J6ers that were reported to the FBI were by family members. It be your own people, man. It be your own people, man.
Are held. This is depraved and it's malicious. Keep in mind, it was just 2 weeks ago that we got thousands of hours of surveillance footage from January 6th, footage the government and the committee had hidden from the public and in some cases from these defendants in the prosecutions. They did this on security grounds. Those grounds were bogus. We proved that. The footage, when we saw it, proved the government had been lying about what happened inside the building on January 6th. And as we just showed you, they lied about Jacob Chansley, the so-called QAnon shaman. He was not the only one. But in the tape that we showed you just a second ago and 2 weeks ago, Chansley is seen walking around the inside of the Capitol with the police escort. Police lead him to the Senate chamber.
I be trying to tell people, hey, bro, like the cops was actually giving them a whole little detour before everything popped, before the, how do I say this? Private agents decided to come through.
Now, you were not allowed to see that footage because it painted a very different picture from the myth they had been force-feeding you on television for 2 years. Chansley's lawyers didn't see it, it turned out. The judge who sentenced Chansley to a life-destroying term in prison was not able to see it. So all that anybody knew was that Chansley had committed some sort of act of terrorism. They did not know the truth. Now that we do know, however, it's pretty stunning that they're trying to arrest up to 1,200 more people. Now, whatever you think of Jacob Chansley or Donald Trump, if you cared about civil liberties, you would be outraged by this.
Of course you would be outraged by that. And then on top of that, those who withheld evidence should find themselves in the same jail cell. Yeah. Y'all decided to hold back that. Y'all need to be in the same jail cells where the J6s were held. Definitely. With no we can't allow this injustice to happen with no consequences. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Something has to come of this. Something has to. And I can't wait to hear what those select committee people who no longer work there have to say. They have nothing to lose, right?
By this. This is as grave a constitutional violation as you can have. In this country, the prosecution has to, for constitutional and moral reasons, turn over exculpatory evidence to the defense. That did not happen. This is wrong. This man is rotting in prison. His life has ended for a crime he did not commit and that he was not allowed to fairly defend himself against. But liberals didn't care.
Don't care.
They no longer seem to have any interest in justice or civil rights. Just today, the MSNBC morning show was continuing to lie about Jacob Chansley, telling its viewers that he is a terrorist who does not deserve rights. Watch. So as a factual matter, as if you need to be reminded, what you just heard is a lie. Provably, Jacob Chansley did not walk through a broken window. He walked through an open door. And again, he walked into the Senate because the door was being held by a uniformed police officer with a gun. This footage is available to everyone, including the anchors on MSNBC.
Yes.
They know this, they're lying anyway. They don't care about what actually happened, and more critically, they don't care about the civil rights of the man whose life was destroyed.
Of course
What
they
you
don't.
just saw is a measure of the total moral corruption of our news media and the institutions they serve in Washington. And it has implications for you. If they'll endorse the unjust destruction of one man, they have no limits. They will
course they have
do
no limits, man.
anything. And now
And then just this alone, the J6 committee deleted all of their evidence. Well, the J6ers evidence, the government agency of the, from the government agency. My fault. Hopefully I fumbled in my words and stuff. But I'm saying this to say that reason alone, that should be a reason alone to just let everybody. J6ers. That should have been the first reason before even any pardon was taking place. If they got rid of all that evidence, you had nothing to prove. But you have no reason to prove that why they should be in their jail. I just hope that they actually sue these people. That's my justice right there. That's my justice right there, man. Get these people sued. I'm gonna read a few comments. DC judges need to face some time or removal. Definitely prosecute everyone involved in the J6 that haven't been pardoned by the traitor Biden. Hold all accountable. Democrats are socialists and they don't win. They steal elections and blame others. J6 was a setup by Democrats, rhinos, and feds to infiltrate Trump's followers and create chaos and blame Trump and his followers. Do y'all agree?